Well, I guess we should say welcome back to the UFC. It's a weird situation, man. I mean, you were 3-1. Yeah, you had a loss, but I mean, the run was good, and then all of a sudden, we look up and you're not in the UFC anymore. What happened?
I mean, there was a lot going on. A lot of stuff going on in my personal life. My grandmother died literally 3 weeks before the Cote fight. My grandfather died probably 6 months before that. And then not too long after, my uncle died. So I was kind of, and coming off the loss is always, you know, not a very enjoyable moment as well. So I was kind of just like, let me recollect and, you know, get my my personal stuff kind of organized. And above all, there was probably lack of communication with the UFC during that process. I was also dealing with management issues at the time, and realistically, that's actually why I fought out my contract, because I didn't want to be I wanted to fulfill my obligations on a professional level, and I felt by fulfilling my contract with the UFC, fulfilling my contract with my management, and then we could all part ways and there wouldn't be any issues. And I didn't want to really, once again, this is where the probably communication errors kind of came into play, because I could have probably talked to some people from the UFC, but I didn't really want to bring that drama into fluctuation, and I didn't know, and yeah, I didn't really want to be involved in any of that. So I'll just stick with, it was communication errors, and I'll take all responsibility as it being my fault, and that's what I did. And then when I didn't get re-signed, I just basically was like, all right, I don't want to sign with another promotion right now. I just want to find the highest caliber fighter I can that's a free agent, and let's make a fight happen. Joe Silva gave my name to Monty Cox when Monty Cox contacted him for the fight against Jacob Volkman. I jumped on that as quickly as possible. We made that fight happen. 17 seconds later, I got the win. Joe Silva gave me a congratulations. The following week we talked, and we are back.
Very nice. So, an adventure to say the least, but it sounds like no hard feelings. I mean, no. You're in a good place and in a good relationship with the promotion.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I never wanted to step on anybody's toes. In fact, you know, Joe ended up saying that I probably should have just told him what was going on, and he would have completely understood. But once again, I didn't know any better. You know, you live, you learn, and I did. And now we're back, and, you know, I'm just happy to be here again, man.
That's awesome. What was that experience like? I wondered. I mean, obviously you've been at the highest level for quite some time, and then you got to fight in what looked like small town Minnesota, I think. Was that a little bit surreal?
Yeah, I mean, I know my skill level. I feel that I have the skill set to be a world-class athlete and fight for the best against the best. And any time that you're fighting under a smaller organization or a small promotion, I feel the pressure's on, man. I mean, I didn't want to, I needed to make sure that I made a statement. I'm undefeated outside of a major organization, so, you know, not only did I want to keep that statistic intact, but I wanted to let the world know that, like, you know, I'm still here. I still got, you know, great skills and great, you know, some entertaining fights to show the fans. And the biggest thing that sucked was a lot of people didn't get to see the fight, but luckily we got a little video footage on the phone, and it was quick enough that it kind of went a little viral first hot second, and everybody got to see it.
That's awesome, man. It was a very impressive performance, man. 17 seconds over a guy like Volkman. That's pretty amazing stuff. So now you're back, and what is the feeling? I mean, like you said, there was a lot going on. So it sounds like maybe there's a little bit of less burden on you right now. I mean, does it feel a little bit better now that you're back?
Yeah, man, yeah. Once again, it always sucks when you got other things occupying your mind and other things going on in the background. And as of right now, I got none of that. You know, I got my team and my camp together. Everybody's working together. The promotion seems like, you know, they're down to work with me, and they got my back. I mean, my first card back, I'm on the main card. You know, and they gave me a veteran and a known opponent in Court McGee. So, you know, I'm really happy with the fight. I'm really happy with being on this event, and Really happy to be back in general.
Very cool. Talk about the fight with Cormier. I was kind of looking at you guys' social media and that sort of thing. Seems like you both have a lot of love, a lot of respect for each other, man. So talk about, you know, him as an opponent and kind of what it is about him that you have that respect for.
First time I met Court was I went out to St. Louis Obispo to help Chuck Liddell train for Rich Franklin. So when I was out there, he was there for training for the Ultimate Fighter finale. So that was the first time I ever met him. He was there. He was helping Chuck also, but he was also there training for the finale. And man, dude, like we both were staying at Chuck's house, so we got a lot of time to get to know each other and lots of talking. And you know, everybody knows his story is truly inspiring. So that was the first time I ever heard a story, and him, let alone come from him, you know, telling me face to face. You know, I have a lot of respect for him. You know, as a fighter, he's super well-rounded, super talented, extremely durable, and endurance for days. So you know, he brings a high pace, and he likes to come forward, and I like the same. So you know, I think it should be a very fan-friendly fight.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be fun. I wonder, you know, when you have that kind of respect for a guy. I mean, obviously this is just an athletic competition. Not everything has to be a grudge match, you know. But I mean, is it tough to have kind of motivation to do what you got to do against a guy that you obviously have so much personal respect for?
We're both professionals, and we're both veterans and been in the game long enough. This is my 30th professional fight, so I know what it's like to go against people that, you know, I have respect for, that I like, or that I'm friends with. And you know, once the cage closes, and once we're in the back, and we even go to the venue, and I put my headphones on and we're warming up and getting ready, my focus is going to be there. I'm sure his focus is going to be there. You know, if the fight goes the full 3 rounds, you're going to see 15 minutes of us both trying to kill each other. So, I mean, there's no animosity, but we don't like to lose, and we're very competitive, and we're both going to be doing everything we can to win.
No doubt. 30th professional fights. Still just 33 years old. I mean, you're not an old guy by any stretch, but is there a feeling like, you know, you've kind of been here before, but there's a feeling like it's got to get done now?
I definitely feel that I have the experience and the time in the game that I don't need to be brought along. And I signed with the UFC because I want to fight the best in the world. You know, I think they got the best in the world, and that's why I'm here. So, you know, Court's one of those guys. I'm very happy to fight him. If all goes well, you know, I would love another, you know, big name opponent. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, you know, on top of going for the gold, on top of trying to be a top 10 in the world, so I can tell my kids when I have them, hey, you know, at one point in time, your father was a badass motherfucker. I just want to be able to add as many legit names to, you know, my statistics and my record as I can. Very cool. Well, I think on paper this one looks like it could be a fight of the night type scrap, man. And when you see this thing playing out in your head, man, how do you think this thing goes down on Sunday? Man, in my head, I see a lot of ways that you know, I can finish it. On the feet, I got 8 limbs that I'm very competent and very comfortable and confident to finish the fight with. And if it does go to the ground and he does take it there, I got a lot of submissions that I've been working, a lot that a lot of people haven't even seen. So if I can pull off something possibly in the realm of submission of the year, I would love it. I would absolutely love it. But once again, he's never been submitted. He's only been stopped or TKO'd once in his career. So for me to accomplish either of those is going to be a huge statement for me and my career and my skill set. And yeah, that's my goal, 100%, and get that bonus.